chair, you have to apologize.
Just sit on the floor.
Someone was in here the other day.
I've got some oil buckets we can bring in here and sit on.
I say, you might want to pull one of those other chairs up.
Yeah, jeez. What did Daryl Neal do for, I don't know who that
He's
is.
the one that's putting in our camera system back in the jail. This-
That's
that'll
a
be
partial
the
payment, right?
Second installment, yeah.
How's things going over there?
Been pretty smooth the last week.
Good. Should I ask how the vehicles, everything's safe, or you know?
So far,
Okay.
been good.
I noticed a lot of deer traffic out there in last.
That's what I was gonna say, we ain't had a deer claim in a while, have we?
Oh, God.
Knock on wood, it's deer season, isn't it?
Seems like,
Yeah, way they-
almost anywhere you drive now, you just gotta drive slow,
Yeah.
and they're moving.
Sure love.
A lot of it may have to do with the cars they've got now. I don't know, they don't wanna wreck them, so they're driving slower or what.
Yeah.
They're taking better care of them.
Pretty full over there.
And I think he told me over the weekend there was like 3 cells full of women, so almost get half are women.
But that's catty. Ain't any worse than men,
Sometimes.
that's what I wondered. Shouldn't be like that, should I? No comment?
I can tell you a story, but I won't.
Okay. What's that say, leased circuits?
That's a computer system we have with the state. We gotta pay them every month. This was last week, you probably know Judge Jackson is using our Lowe's card to build that bench in the small courtroom. I haven't checked it this week, but they're supposed to be, probably have it done. In the small courtroom.
We did not know we had a Lowe's card.
I mean, we've got one.
Yeah.
Don't use it.
Who's doing that, Ted?
John Tanner.
So that's pretty much all needs to be done, it's just that bench.
Yeah, we took everything, all the tables and chairs out of the small courtroom, so all they had to do was just build a bench.
Is it done yet, or almost done?
Should be, I know that last week it was pretty well done. I haven't checked it yesterday or today. So.
Do you know if, Mr. Barnhill was able to fix those couple of leaks? Remember we had the fire department put water up on the building?
I haven't heard from him since.
Okay. I'll follow up with him and see. I mean, I didn't know if anyone has complained. I mean, we hadn't had much rain lately.
Yeah, that's the big thing. We haven't had any big rains
Yeah.
lately.
I'll check with him this week and see.
If we knew we were gonna have some rain in the near future and somebody was up there on the day that it rains to see,
I think there's a chance, maybe tomorrow, but I don't know how big a chance.
30%.
30%?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he used the fire department to put water up there, so I mean, he was able to,
okay.
Sewer.
yeah, he's pretty confident where it's coming in from. I just didn't know if he's had a chance to fix it.
Thought you guys had 40s or 45s, shooting 9s for practice or what?
We've got some 9mm and some 40s and most of them's 45s. That's about all I got. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Ted.
Oh, I have the right to not do anything but election on election day, being that the courthouse is basically closed. So I will not be conducting any business other than election that day.
Now, will we that week have our meeting on Monday, or what do y'all want to do?
You can't have it on Monday.
Okay.
We will have stuff in here, and we have to get it out.
You would be in here on Wednesday too, or?
No,
I don't know if that answers the question or not. I don't remember in the past, I thought we always had it on Tuesday morning, early, and it's
well,
come down.
I don't see why you couldn't have it on Tuesday morning.
Well, I thought you said nobody would be here, because the,
Well, nobody will be here.
Well,
That,
no.
well, yeah, that's right, yeah, Dana will be off, everybody else will be off,
I
yeah.
don't know. Has it always been that way?
No,
Election
it's
day?
just presidential elections,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Because I was like, man,
yeah. The general presidential is the only one that is that way.
I guess we need to make a decision today before we adjourn. How do you want to do that? We still got a meeting in between that though, don't we?
Well, that'll be a payroll week, so we can just skip that week.
They get paid on Monday, cause it's a holiday.
Do you pay before we sign the vouchers?
They always do, don't they?
Dana, how are you?
Jason asked how she was, and she says crazy.
Sorry about
Did
that.
you hear that? Cause that's what I heard.
Minor malfunction.
I did hear that.
I don't know.
What was that?
Jason says, Dana, how are you? And you said crazy. That's what I heard.
Well, that's,
I said, I'm just telling you what I
that
heard.
sums it up in a nutshell.
Hey, you might as well embrace it. Ain't no
I know.
denying it.
Paraded, or what is that? Paraded around on the front porch. Wedding this weekend, so
You had a what?
Josh is getting married this weekend.
This weekend.
Yes. Our rehearsal dinner's at our house. In a barn that you couldn't even walk through when we first started, so.
What's wrong with that? That's how you do things in a
You
barn.
can't have a rehearsal dinner in the barn with 2 broken down 4-wheelers and 3-wheelers and
You'll be
2
busy.
years worth of dog food bags and.
I remember those days, and what we'd have to do is we'd have to.
Mhm. Yeah, we didn't have any mice. We got too many barn
Until I got a
cats.
really good cat.
Mhm.
We get spent all them anymore.
I think I've got everybody satisfied on their sales tax. Was that information what you were looking for? Yes. You got everything you need, Jason, for
I think so.
sales tax and,
I think so. I mean, I'll look at what Michelle's got. I don't know.
well, I can get you that disbursement report if you want one. That was the real estate
Oh, yeah, I have,
for 14 and,
yeah. I got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
is that for sales tax?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at mobile, or
Oh,
the real estate collections.
Oh, okay. But you're talking about something else.
Yeah. I'll go get one of those.
Am I reading that right?
$9,000. We have not received our income tax.
Are you prepared for income tax to go down here in about January? I imagine it's gonna get knocked in the head, isn't it? When about 70 less people are employed in this county?
Mhm.
How's that work with unemployment? Does unemployment take your income tax out of it when you get unemployment?
Yes,
I
they
think
do.
they do now.
They do now.
About
Monday's the final
something
due
I've never
date.
been involved in.
The sales company
I was
property
about
tax.
a month at a time.
Yes. It's gonna be all tricks, no treats.
I really wish you had some more money.
I wish we did too.
You know, we got a payroll coming up in 2 weeks.
I know.
I'm just saying.
You're off next Tuesday, right?
Election.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you don't mind helping with the election and stuff since you're already off?
Juanita needs my help over here.
I'm trying to round you up some help.
Seriously.
Might need an election judge.
She can't do that. She's elected official, can she?
Just that was talking to her.
I
Is she?
can't.
Well, she might be able to, because she's not a precinct.
I'm not on.
You're not a precinct committee member, though.
No, I'm not
And
on
you're
the
not on the
ballot.
ballot, so yeah, you can.
Where at?
I don't know, talk to Lynn,
Oh.
see if she needs you.
Well, I'll have Ashley's kids so she can work.
Well, Ashley's already on the list
That's
now.
what I mean,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
so that,
Well, Judy or Jane or
unless
JJ.
Chad's off. Where did you, oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Anything else, anything?
More money.
More money.
More money.
I'll go get it.
Packet, tell them to bid twice. Bid to tuck point it and then another bid to seal it.
I think we better have them bid to say whatever that freaking packet says, everybody's apples to apples, this is what you're bidding.
Yep.
Otherwise, we're gonna have a problem.
Well, we may have a problem, but we can't bid the tuck point it and then just whoever gets it, say, well, just go ahead and say that, forget about it.
No, we can't do that. I think the sealant is.
It's gotta be sealed.
Is
in-
on that bid as well, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it is. It's, and I talked to another guy that said it needs to be sealed every 8 years.
Well, this old boy acted like, once you seal it, you're good to go.
Well, maybe.
Come on, Joe.
You
might wanna switch those chairs, that one goes
About it
down.
or whatever, and, you know, make sure.
Just to let you know.
Have you given any more out?
There was someone who came and picked up one the other day, but I think it's that same guy you talked to.
Hmm.
I don't think
This guy
that,
here, Brad,
I don't know who he was, to be honest with you. He just came in and asked for a packet and we gave him one.
do you take their names?
No.
Well, it's a good idea, Juanita, because sometimes there's change in it, and you wanna notify them, pick one up, you know.
Okay.
Sunshine, that's good.
Beautiful. Beautiful day.
I had that item on the agenda to do that resolution of support.
Oh, yeah.
Did you bring that, the original that I gave you last time to sign? Last week?
It's probably laying over there on my desk.
Okay.
That's what I paid.
Well, it's not anything that is gonna require any,
Not earth shattering,
yeah, nothing to do, and there's no money involved.
just a support.
Asking me to do a resolution of support to, and I'm not really even, this goes to some of the committees, with the, Illinois County Associate Engineers, there's a list at the bottom of the resolution of who they distribute the resolution to. Basically just kind of voicing our opinion as a local government about the transportation funding and the future transportation bills that Illinois passes to try to, get us back to where we get 40% of the revenues that are taken in. You know, that we get it back through system the way it needs to, because as the resolution states in some of the things, it's, if part of the road system fails, then it all suffers, you know. Because people don't just travel state roads. People don't just travel interstates. They have to travel on local roads to meet their destination and get places just as well, so.
Okay, there wasn't any place to sign, just a date it.
Yeah, this is just a copy of the resolution here, there's two copies of it here. Yeah, it's just a document date. I can't believe there's nowhere to sign.
No.
Okay. Upon the adoption of this sign, well, it says signed copies, I'm gonna have to check and see about this, I don't know if there's,
Check back into it.
I mean, I don't know if you wanna table it until next week till I can find out more about what needs to be signed and sent back, but this is, I just printed it out. That's all it was with it, but it's supposed to be distributed to the governor, to, the president of the Illinois Senate, the Speaker of the House, the minority leader of the Illinois Senate, the minority leader of the Illinois House, and state senators and reps whose district are in our area, and then the Secretary of Transportation. That's who all these resolutions get distributed to. So, yeah, we can just table it till next week so I can find out more about what needs to be
If there's
signed.
a signature page we're
Yeah.
missing or something.
It seems like we're missing something, yeah, I'll check into it again, I apologize about that.
Looking so coordinated.
I know.
My whole day's shot.
This
Thanks
was
a lot.
the item of the day, and I done dropped the ball on it. But other than that, you know, not a whole lot going on. I mean, you know, we all had some discussion yesterday about, you know, signs on the right of way and everything. I did talk to Patrick for a little while about that yesterday, and we are taking a few of them down that are right next to the road and right in the lane that we're mowing right now. And, you know, that's something I guess that the paper can publish, or if, you know, if we take down a sign and they're looking for it, they can come to our shed and get it. But we'll keep them for probably 2 to 3 weeks, and beyond that, if they don't come and get them after that point, I guess we consider it, that they don't want them, so we'll just dispose of them the way that, you know, whatever way we can. You know, I told our guy, I mean, I know the city's taking the ones down in their right of way, the state's taking them down in their right of way. I'm not getting overly aggressive with taking everything down that's in the right of way, but just what's in our way, mowing, and then just what's a safety issue, because some of them are right on the corner of some intersections, and you can't see traffic coming from the other road with the large signs that are in the way. So, you know, not that the county would be sued or have any liability on that because it's not our signs, but at the same time, it is our right of way and we are maintaining it. It would look bad on us as a department and us as a county if, you know, I mean, we've had some deaths here recently on some intersections that it's unfortunate, and I'd hate for one of these signs to cause something like that, so. There you have it. I don't wanna be a bad guy, I don't wanna be
That's your story.
anything about it, that's what I'm just.
You're just doing your job.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you're doing.
I mean, it's been the rules forever. I mean, people putting up signs on to know better. You know, so, not doing anything that hadn't been done in the past.
That's correct. time is it gonna start?
Patrick said he's coming at 9:30.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna take care of this stuff in the offices here and I'll be back.
Time's a flying.
I'll move this chair out of the way. Sure somebody will be sitting there.
Got a business meeting later or what?
Yeah, I got some stuff going on today.
Going to court?
I'm going for it. Not yet. Buy some farmland today.
You, I guess, might be good.
What I, excuse me, I dropped off a couple of weeks ago was the resolution to abate for the highway department, since you guys are the governing board, and that was approved last week. And then last week I dropped off, since Massac County is one of the four applicants, along with Metropolis, Joplin, and Brookport, each entity needs to sign and adopt an ordinance establishing the enterprise zone. And I believe this also includes or defines what is called the intergovernmental agreement, that basically, as far as I know, says that you agree with Joppa, Brookport, and the city of Metropolis, that you want the enterprise zone. And this has a lot of the guidelines within it, such as the incentives we're going to offer, exhibits defining the zone based on parcels, so we don't have to do this long 36-page meets and bounds document, which is really difficult, to do. So I think they're allowing us to say, give us your parcels for your zone. It also talks about our designated zone organization and how that's going to be selected. There's a map describing or showing the boundaries. Certificate of publication, we did hold a public hearing on the 20th. No one showed up. There was Gene Norber who come down and gave a nice presentation. All this to be on record, what we're trying to accomplish. We do have a court reporter, and we will have a transcript that we will attach to our document that we submit to, we'll digitally upload it, we'll scan it, but we'll also turn in hard copies of all of our original documents, to the Office of DCEO in Springfield. The intergovernmental agreement is a part of this designating ordinance, and within inside of that, this is your agreement to join in with Massac, City of Metropolis, and Brookport to do the making sure I don't pick up something from the job meeting last night. I had to went to the school district meeting last night.
How'd that go?
It's long. It's long. They tabled the resolution. I think that they, when it comes to tax dollars down there, it's critical, and which it is everywhere, but I think because, it's a school district, and those are usually your larger taxing bodies, they're just being cautious. They tabled it, in my opinion, with an optimistic manner. So I think when I go back, they'll hopefully pass. They didn't last time, and it was understandable because we had one zone expiring, another zone starting. We had a huge project ongoing at one of our large plants, and there was a lot of tax dollars that were, in question. And there was at that time, there had been some reassessments of properties, and they were concerned, and rightfully so, because they wanted to protect a lot of the taxpayers, I'm sure. And I think I did a better job of explaining it this time, that the money you're getting right now, you're gonna continue to get, that this
This only
incentive,
affects
the improvements.
the improvement.
Right. And so if you're getting, $5 today, you'll get $5 tomorrow, so it's, this is an incentive, to get them to come in and site select and pick a property. And we started, they asked a lot of really good questions. They actually had a pretty good audience. I guess they have this kind of a reoccurring audience that shows up down there and stays on them, I guess, is a nice way. keeps them in line. And they asked a lot of questions. And I think the school board, knew what they wanted to ask, but I think the group that was there were really grilling me pretty good, but I think I did okay of making them realize that this isn't a get rid, yeah, yeah.
It's not an undo of what they've been paying.
Right. So, yeah, it went well. I do get to go back, and plenty of time. We have until December 31st to turn this in. So they'll meet again, I guess November, somewhere in November. I've got it on the calendar, like November 23rd or 18th or something like that, and that's fine. I attended plenty of December 15th meetings in 2014, so it's, we'll get it up there one way or the other. So we'll be working on it, I'm sure, late until December. We have commitment letters to still get from businesses, and so we still have a lot of work still to do, but these things obviously help. But we wanted to make sure that we started getting the ordinance to adopt and the intergovernmental agreement in front of the applicants after we held the public hearing, because that gives them a chance to make comment. That's, people show up and comment on the boundary, comment on the incentives, comment on how we plan on operating and running the zone, the terms of the incentives. And we held that, and like I said, there was no public comment. There was just the mayor showed up, corporate counsel Rick Gable, myself, and Gene Norwood from EDR, our court reporter. So we stated our findings of fact. We presented all of the information that we're required to do. Gene gave a wonderful talk about how the process takes place. So it's all been documented very well, with no opposition to the application or request to change it. So make sure that. And did you guys get a chance to look over? This is all of this. This is great reading. So.
Read every page. Some of them twice.
Some of them have to read twice. There wasn't a lawyer in the room, probably.
Especially those.
Those are the pages, yeah. Whereas and whatnot.
Therefore.
No. Actually, yeah, this is all consultants. This is I wanted to make sure that I had. When I dropped this off last week, there are some exhibits that this referenced. One of them I wasn't sure if I dropped in there, but that was the certificate of publication showing that we did run this in the paper and that we met our requirements for that. So, anyway, so yeah, this is the final ordinance. This would be the last time if you guys want to make a motion or you want to sign off on it. If you want to think about it, I can come back next week. We got time, but take a look at it if you want, or if you want to make a motion for it. But this would be it.
What's your thoughts, sir?
Sound good to me?
Is that a motion to approve?
That'd be a motion.
Jason, would you like to look, or would you like to second? Or what is your thoughts?
I'll second that then.
Okay. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
When you do get a chance to look at it, or once we, hopefully, when we do get our zone, there is going to be what's called a designated zone, I think, organization, which I think I talked about a week ago briefly, which will be a group of 5, committee of 5, which will serve as a advisory group to the zone administrator. Each applicant will appoint or pick a person that they choose to represent that, Massac County, Joppa, Brookport, and Metropolis. You guys will pick one, and then those 4 will actually pick the 5th person to serve as a person, for the zone, designated zone organization. We'll supposedly meet quarterly and just kind of review how the zone is being managed and how things are going. If we want to make changes or approve, add territories, delete territories, so that'll be kind of the group that will. And as far as I know, you can have one yourselves do it. If you got somebody else, however you want to do it. So, you got any questions or anything else?
This is all, assuming it's approved.
Yeah, it would have been nice in 2014 when
Get it going.
we were competing for one of 49 spots.
How many was competing against?
Like 9. Yeah. So there was like 67 apps for 49 slots, and we scored really well. So, and then they said we could apply too early. Okay, so we should score pretty well again. They made that comment that apps are kind of graded on a curve basis. So just because you scored well one year and didn't get it, you may score better, you may score less.
You may score worse and get it.
You may score better, you may score worse. Just because you scored well one year, if you had to reapply again, if you turn in that same app, with less applications, they made it seem like we can't guarantee that you're gonna get the same score again, so. It's kind of, hopefully we score well again, we should do okay.
Time will tell.
I will tell. Thank you, guys.
Got anything you need me to sign and?
I can,
and all that, or you?
actually, yeah, I can leave it with Juanita and I can come back. Let me take a look at the pages. This one's a little bit more in the ordinance, I want to make sure. And this is the 25th, correct, of October?
Yep.
Yes. If you want to sign there, and then we'll just leave this one here, that you can fill in the dates and attest it later on, and I'll pick it up later. There is a
Another?
This is the one that will, kind of the master copy of all the parties involved. You are here. We'll just make sure that all the, everyone signs all the meeting. As far as I know, that's it. Everything else is descriptions. There's the times. Map and application. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day, sir.
You too. You guys, thanks.
Want to clip for that? I don't know if that's where they come from, but you're welcome to it.
I'll, want me to leave this with you and come by and pick it up later, and we can
That's
go
fine.
over it, make sure everything is signed and done.
That'd be good.
Thank you very much. All right,
We'll see you.
see you guys. How you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good, we got 50 things. Huh? All right. Good luck tonight.
Thank you. I'll need it. Shall we wait? Probably.
When Joe comes in, we'll probably want to talk amongst us before we have the union come in.
Okay.